Hi, good evening everybody. Welcome to the first episode of another segment on the channel. And I'm calling this a franchise reborn because things are changing fast in front of our eyes. And this video, guys, will be the one where we focus on trends, things that are happening, things that are going on that are big when it comes to this franchise and the franchise moving in the right direction. Also, of course, you know, and it could just be, it could be as small as something going on in the dressing room or something as big as going on in major moves in upper management or whatever it is, things that are just trending, guys. And what's trending today, what better way to start this segment than to talk about Kyle Okposo. So Kyle Okposo is our captain. I don't think any of us are that surprised this has happened. This was overdue that we had to have a captain, and now we do. And it's a good choice. It is a good choice. I know that some people wanted certain players, and you know, I was one that wanted Tuck, and I'm good with Okposo. I am. Okposo's earned this. He's worked for it. He's even suffered for it, folks. He has. He suffered for this. He had some really crappy years, but you know what? He really came of age, I thought, as a Buffalo Sabre last year, in the time we needed it most. You know, with all the Jack controversy, and he just kept things very level-headed with his comments, his demeanor, and of course his play improved a lot too. So let's not forget that. So I'm good with this. I think this is a really good decision. I'm glad this is done, guys. I'm really, thank goodness that we got a captain this year and that we didn't rush into it. I understand why they didn't, but no matter what, I think it's a healthy thing. You know what I mean? This thing about not having a captain, I've never been crazy about. I've never liked it. And it's just as long as somebody has the C and we have identity and moving forward, we have so many leaders on this team, guys. I'm not panicked, you know? And you know what? Let's talk about the alternates too. You know, you got Gergensons, no big surprise there. He's been here forever. But also, you know, Dahlin, I think is a smart move, because Dahlin is very possibly the next captain of this team too, very possibly. There's just so many leaders on this team that, you know, we can make an argument for many. We can make an argument for Tuck, Cousins. There's guys on this team that, you know, Krebs comes to mind. I mean, there's guys on this team that I'm sure were captains while they were kids growing up. So we have a fluctuation of good leadership on this team now. And today, you know, it's a reason to be happy, guys. If you're finding a reason to be upset with this, you know, you're just one of those people that are just looking to be upset, because this is something that you knew as well as I did, that Okposo was going to get this, and maybe you didn't get the player you wanted, kind of thing. But too bad, you know. It comes down to what Adams and Granato and the franchise thinks is the best move for that locker room. And if this is the best move, then they have to do it, regardless of what we think. It doesn't matter, you know? And I'm really kind of excited to see him. I see the C on him, you know? That's why I made sure I wore my captain jersey tonight there when we, you know, breaking open the first episode of this. And guys, I probably have about 2 more segments coming, and then that's it. And it's going to be, again, you guys will get to know the segments eventually. Like, you know, like you kind of know already what the segments do, but this one is really for trends and things that are going on inside the management locker room, things like that, things important. Yeah, it could be that we're even talking about injuries one day on this channel, you know, on this particular segment. And yes, I call it a franchise reborn because that is what has happened right in front of our eyes, guys, since Kruger's left. Really. This franchise has done a complete 180. Things have changed. It really is. You know, and I almost called this segment Sabres 180. I almost called it that, but Sabres Reborn for me kind of just fits the mold of what I'm trying to come across with this segment and this channel, because it's important, guys, that we don't forget where we came from, no matter what, and appreciate what we have now, and appreciate where we're headed. Because the minute we start being spoiled brats and we start whining and complaining about things is the time that, you know what, things can just turn to really bad again. and it's taken from us, you know? So we should appreciate every step of the way that this is moving in, because this is all just so, it's almost like a celebration, you know? Like this officially cements Jack Eichel's name as a captain. You know what I mean? It really is important to see somebody. It's going to be exciting for me to see somebody being the captain, but Jack Eichel is what I'm saying, you know? And I think this is a healthy move, because they waited. They didn't just chop one guy down and throw the C on another or anything like that. We waited, we did it right. We did some development, we got some chemistry going, and of course we reward those who were a huge part of the change of this culture. And guys, I was one of those guys. You can check my old videos. I wanted to hang Kyle Okposo a few years ago, because it was a nothing happening contract. But he stepped into this when we were at our worst. He stepped it up and said, you know what, somebody's got to take the bull by the horns with this thing, and he kind of just did it, you know. And by him doing that on opening night against the Habs last year, is where I spotted it right away, is a lot of guys have followed suit, you know. So it's infectious, you know. Positivity is infectious too, folks, you know. So is leadership. And we have some really good leaders in this team. Let's not forget that. We have many guys on this team who can lead the way now. And it's really something to be proud of, how this team has turned around. It really is, you know. And this is just, for me, just part of the turnaround. This news today, it was just good news, you know. And you know, it's typical of the Sabres now, guys, to give us good news right after we're hurting a bit, which I like. You know, what a good time to give us, you know, it kind of hurt last game, losing the way we did, and boom, right away, good news today. It's like things have changed, and I'm really, I'm pumped for this. I'm going to be excited to see Okposo wearing the C, leading the team, and I'm going to be excited to see who we are, what we can be this season. You know, it's an exciting feeling in the air this year. There's just something exciting about it, and that's about really as far as I want to go with that. I'm really just like a little kid on Christmas, you know. I'm just so excited for this season, and I don't know why, you know. I just don't know why, because odds are we shouldn't make the playoffs this year, but there's just an exciting feel about them, that something magical could happen this year. And as a fan, I mean, I'm always going to think that way anyway, guys, no matter what. But I want to go into the land of positive with something like this, not negative. This should be a happy moment for our fans today. We shouldn't be looking any reason whatsoever to find negative in this. If we look for negative in this, we're just looking for negative, period, you know. It's such a positive thing. It's great. I'm really happy. I'm proud for Okposo. I'm glad he's worked his way there. He's never been a captain. Good for him. He's at the twilight of his career, and now he gets to, you know, proudly wear the C, which we know he will do. He'll represent us just nicely, I'm sure. All right, guys, that's it for the first episode of this. I will see you folks tomorrow. I plan to put a full day in. Today was impossible. It was my daughter's dog's birthday. He's 18 today, and I had to be at that birthday party, or it wouldn't have been good. I had to be there, so, and I wanted to be there. Okay, so guys, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.